band was formed, well, I joined in October in '66, so then they were only together 10 days before they went on their first tour. That was in France with Johnny Halliday. Originally we only came for like 2 or 3 weeks for the Monterey thing and some promotional work. We ended up there about 3 months, 3 or 4 months before we got back. We joined the Monkeys tour down in Florida. It was a very strange situation, had a private plane and everything like that. It was so straight, you know. They had more security guards than they did have people wanting to get in. And it was strange. It was hopeless for Jimi, really, because he had like 15 minutes, you know. And for him to get in to, you know, finish one number in 15 minutes was like ridiculous. We had a kind of relationship, you know, that I done my job, you know. He knew I wasn't into like the whole music thing, you know, as far as rock and roll music was concerned, you know. I wasn't a musician, I didn't know a lot about it, really. So, you know, we had a kind of a relationship separate, apart from the music. You know, I had my job to do, which, you know, whether I knew anything about music or not, didn't affect what I'd done. And so, I think that's probably why we stuck each other out for such a long time, you know. We're in Sweden, we're in a place called Karlstad, north of Sweden. And you play in, like, the fairgrounds there, called the Brunelund, or something like that. And we went in there, we were sitting in the dressing room, waiting to go on. And we said to the Swedish guy, who speaks good English, you know, who's playing with us? What's the support act? You know, he says, you know, then we're going to have, he says, performing seals. We couldn't believe it. We heard the noise outside the door. We opened the door. There it is, like the seals are flapping up to go on the stage at a long ramp. And the support act for Jimi Hendrix are performing seals.
Was it like on the road, Joe? Was it crazy?
Oh, it was quite crazy, I suppose, you know. It used to start off pretty crazy, I suppose, but by the time we got to the end of the tour, everybody was too tired to be crazy. We got in Denver once, and they got killed at the Denver Pop Festival. It was the last gig the original Experience played. It was the Mile High Stadium in Denver. It was a pop festival. You know, the air was so thick with tear gas and stuff, you know, the job to see. Everybody was like, really. And just in the last number, the crowd broke through on the stage with no security. It's like standing in the middle of a football field. It's like, well, there's like 30,000 kids come rushing onto the football field, and they could get all the way around the stage. So I managed to get them in the back of the equipment truck and padlock them in, the 3 of them. Like they're in complete darkness in the back of the equipment truck. And we had to try and get out through these kids. And they squashed the truck, a big truck. They squashed it so much, including the roof of the cabin. And we couldn't get the back doors open when we got down to the hotel. They'd been all over it, squashed it. Had to get levers and things to get the back door up. It was,
what led him to break up the Experience?
I don't know, really. They've been working very hard. They hadn't had a break from one another. They vacationed together. They, you know, worked together, lived together, and everything. I think probably what brought it on, the same as it does with most bands, you spend far too much time together. Especially they've been working hard. I think the funniest thing that happened with the group is that, you know, I get up in the morning to get them to go and catch a plane. They'd all get up. Then they sit in their rooms and say, well, is so-and-so downstairs? I say, no, he's not down yet. Well, I'm not coming down till he's down. And the others say, well, I'm not coming down till he's down. You'd have 3 of them sitting in their rooms and trying to lie to one of them and say the other one down there, you know. So they all wanted to stay in bed until the rest were ready, and then they come running down. But after he'd done the Electric Lady album, he became, like, dissatisfied. He seemed to, I think he thought to himself he'd run out of gas kind of thing, and he didn't seem to be able to get into anything new, you know, or get into writing anything new. And that's why he seemed so happy, like with the Cry of Love album. He got himself back into writing like songs that he was happy with. The last time I saw him, I suppose about 2 days before he died. I spoke to him the night before he died, because he called me up to make reservations to come back over here to finish off the Cry of Love album. We were going to come back, then go back into Germany.